happy. Every time I say I'm so happy, I think about Todd and Tyler. The Todd and Tyler Radio Empire. They used to have this news guy named Craig. I don't know if he quit. I don't know if they fired him. The word that they gave was that, like, corporate got rid of him. If that's true, that's sad. But him and Mike, what's his name? Tyler. Mike Tyler. They'd like have the producer make clips when one or the other one would say something to be funny out of context. And the news guy, I mean, Tyler would just say shit naturally that was weird. But the news guy would he reads news a lot, so there was never a shortage there. And one time he was fucking reading news about Britney Spears, and he was like reading a quote, and like he'd kind of mimic. He wasn't good at like voices, but he'd use alternate voices that were often kind of weird. And he was reading something Britney Spears said. What did she say? It was something like, "Oh, it feels so good. I feel so lucky." Goddamn, that became a soundboard clip that was played all the time. That's fucking funny, though. So goddamn funny. The Chevy's slow as fuck. That's my new white as fuck motherfucker going by there on the left. So white. Listening to that country music, and he got himself some cowboy boots. And them cowboy boots, if you look at them on the side, they got tears. Those cowboy boots are torn down the side. But they're not, though, because you can see the American flag behind those tears. Yeah, boy. White as fuck, dude. I just keep waiting for him to just start talking like, this Civil War wouldn't take long. Like, why is that? Those fucking lefties ain't got no guns and they don't fucking, they're pussies anyway. I'm like, okay. I guess if you don't know anything, that sounds right. Just because, like, when he first got there, we give everybody access to this, we've got Spotify on the overhead. And the playlist that it shuffles, it's what you can like invite people to like add stuff to the playlist. You can invite like collaboration or whatever, not on what's playing, but on the playlist. First, we had everybody added like we had this account information given out to everybody, but too many people were fucking around, skipping songs and just interrupting songs to play stupid shit, and it was bad. It was real bad. So we kicked everybody off of that. And they made it so we could just add stuff to the playlist. So this guy gets there, and I see this song. It was like, what was it? What's his name? Rittenhouse. What was his first name? It wasn't Kyle, was it? Rittenhouse. That stupid kid that fucking... There's video of him when he was out there with his buddies. And they're like, yeah, the cops told us they're just going to push the crowd to us and let us deal with them. and they're just gonna drive away. That's what the cops said, and that's what the cops did. They pushed the crowd down there to where they were, and just let them do it. Kyle Rittenhouse, was that his name? Kyle just doesn't seem right. I mean, he seems like a Kyle thing to do. Rittenhouse. I don't know. He looks like a fucking Billy or something. Whatever his name was. There was a song, I guess there was a song called that. And I looked up the song, and it was, sucking his dick and yay flag and kill those dirties and all that shit and fucking dumb. And I was like, dude, don't play that shit. And he's like, why? I love this song. And I was like, that fucking pussy, that's fucking retarded. I was like, he's lucky the cops and the prosecutors and all that shit, they handed him that case to make damn sure he wouldn't be charged. Or he wouldn't be found guilty. They left out so much fucking evidence. They left out like the 3 different videos from the ground of the first time he came out from behind the building with his gun up, and the crowd's like, oh fuck, there's somebody there with a gun. They left out the whole video of there's 2 videos, the crowd talking about we gotta fucking, we can't let him shoot us and shit, and how they were gonna try and stop him and different ideas. And they left out the aerial footage. There was a fucking I don't know if it was a helicopter or a news or police helicopter or drone or whatever was up there. There's footage of him going out there and then going back and then coming back out a second time. And since he came out with the gun down second time, they pretended like that was the start of it, even though the ball was already rolling. The crowd was already freaked out. So yeah, they handed him that case real nice. I don't know. He doesn't argue that side at all. It's like, you can't. I'd love you to. And then his license plate, you may have been able to see, has got the thin blue line shit. I know it's got the red line too. It's for first responders, but I'm not fucking retarded. I've talked to this guy more than 3 seconds, and I'm sure it's not his fault. I'm sure he was raised and steeped in that shit his whole life and doesn't know anything anyway. I'm lucky I'm curious and looked into shit, or I might still be religious and all that shit. But unfortunately, I can read. And unfortunately, I fucking spend a lot of time at the library. Not the school library, the public library. Digging up history books. It's kind of weird how you get like, let me get over it. It's kind of weird how you can get like some like textbook style history books, and then like actual history books where people write, fucking 600 pages on a subject, where in the history book it was covered in like 3 pages, and the 3 pages were just like barely even close to accurate. That was the time period where I learned about, I wanted to learn how this area was colonized, not this area, but the United States, the North America as a whole. Not just the whites, but Spanish too. It wasn't only the whites that came in here and killed a bunch of people. Spain showed up too. Well, I guess they're white, aren't they? I guess they're that whatever that racial thing they did, creating the whites. I wonder if Spain's considered white. It's so hard to follow. The rules are stupid because it's not really about like genetic race. It's about the people that came from Mars taking over shit. I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I still think it's funny that Chinese girl I was dating, when I said I've always been attracted to Oriental people, and she like got real closed off. I'm like, what? Like, why? What's wrong? Like, I think that's racist. I'm like, why? How? Like, I mean, isn't that the Orient? Like, yeah, but my dad gets really mad. I'm like, what? I don't understand. I mean, I don't mean offensive. Just people from that region of the earth, they're so fucking pretty. And then we talked about it, and I said I would have thought it'd be yellow or racist if I would have said like yellow people or something. And she's like, no, I don't understand that either, because like we're white, like white people are pink. And like I look down at my hands or my arms, and I'm like sitting there, I'm fucking laughing, and I was like, oh my god, that's true. Like, quote, white, unquote, people are pink, and Asian people are really white. That's funny. That's funny as hell. Why'd they say yellow? We were talking about that too. Where'd they even get yellow? And we were like thinking about it. We couldn't, like The Simpsons and people with jaundice. But like, there's no like genetic trees of people out there that are fucking yellow. That's funny. They're white, we're pink. End of discussion. And there's fucking like the redheads and shit. That group of humans, they're like really fucking pink. Which is why that's why I don't like looking up redhead porn and shit. Because you find a fuckload of fucking tan people, like a fuckload of people that are not redheads. Like, because a lot of the brunettes have that like white skin, or maybe even some tan skin, but they don't. Redheads have pink skin, like really fucking pink, like pink. And I like redheads that are actually redheads. There's just something about the whole copper hair and pink skin, and even if it's pale pink, it's still pink. They've got like a specific shape, like about their face and all that. They don't usually have like the really tall oval, like Brazilian face thing going on. It's usually more not square jaw, but anyway. Not that I would ever watch porn. I think my biggest problem with porn, while we're talking about porn, I can't get into fucking, if the dude's dick not as big as my dick was, like if he doesn't have fucking, if his dick's not bigger than mine was, I just can't give a shit. Because I've seen people, I've been there watching people have to deal with the fucking big dick. It does something to their fucking soul. And you can see the difference when people are getting fucked by it. This is a whole different thing. Whole different demeanor. Body reacts different. The breathing's different. The facial reactions are different. They're not going through it. Chest doesn't flush the same. It's not the same. I guess rarely sometimes you'll get people that have like shallow vaginas that can't even like take the full big old dogger. I've been there too, but with enough lube and practice, you can stretch that shit out. That's the moral of the story. With enough lube and practice, you can stretch that shit out. You can make that home. You can balls deep that shit eventually. All of this is inappropriate. I'm surprised to see that plastic, like whatever that well cover thing is for those tires on the front there. I'm really surprised to see that shit on the semi to my left. That fucking flatbed. What's crazy though is when you load some of those up, having been the one to load some of those up before on a forklift, and you watch the shit flatten out as you get more and more and more weight on that motherfucker. It's like, goddamn, dude. It's just, I don't know why, it just seems so crazy. Like, look, this metal's bent here in the middle. That's odd. And then you start loading the fuck out of it, and it gets. I know it's just strength, but it just seems crazy. And then you like look at the manifest or the bill of lading. How much weight's on this motherfucker? Like, oh, that's 62,000 pounds. I guess, yeah, that's gonna bend that. That's gonna fucking. It's gonna do that. 62,000 pounds of copper. There's probably 500 pounds of fucking pallet and straps and shit. Hey man, this thing holds 160,000 or 100 and what was that one flatbed? It was way over 100,000 pounds was the limit. He's like, can't you just like stack up more on top? I was like, I could stack up more on top, but the pressure from number one, you're going to strap it all down, and number two, all that weight already on top of the bottom pallet, and then number three, when you're driving, all this shit's going to bounce up and down like a motherfucker. The boxes will crush, the reels inside of them will break, this load's going to come loose. It's all bad, and the customer doesn't. The product you can't break. They're not going to accept broken product to begin with. You tried fucking getting fucking wire off of a fucking broken ass plastic spool. It sucks. It fucking sucks. It doesn't come off clean. It gets all fucking wound, bundled up, or what's it called? Bungled? I don't know. What the fuck is the word? It fucks itself. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. One snag, especially if you're reeling it off on a machine. Nah, brah. It's gonna fucking just destroy itself. Blah, blah, blah. Last night I found out one of the neighbors, I didn't know he shoots. We were standing in the alley while I was taking trash out. I was taking trash out and bumped into him. But we were standing in the alley talking. And like I was like looking up and down the alley, and I was like, man, this would be a great fucking, if we could set up like some metal concrete at the end there to absorb. This would be a great range right here. It's a perfect distance. It's got to be 100 yards. 100 yards is a nice little distance. Buy the house across the street at the end on the one side and just fill it with concrete. I don't think the walls would hold. Maybe, I don't know. Shit, I've never tried it. There is that problem though, the sound. Those shots kind of reverberate through the whole part of town. Don't think we'd be able to do that and not get yelled at. By yelled at, I mean like charges for discharging firearms in city limits. I'm not even sure what the rule is on that. It's probably different in every town. But I'm sure it's not legal in any of these goddamn towns. I wouldn't even think it'd be legal in Mesa because There's no areas in Mesa, even in the res. I think if you're in the middle of the res, that's not even enough space. Because where we would go west of Lake Pleasant, I think that was like a few miles. And now where we go is like fucking 15 miles away from any neighborhood. I don't know. It's more my fault than any. It's not anybody else's fault. It's my fault. Because like I wanted to find somewhere where we could just go, and that's where we would go for as long as I'm gonna be here. Hopefully, 8 more years, 7 more years. We didn't want to be here anywhere near this long. But once Lily turns 18, I think you can stay here if you want to. You're old enough. But we're fucking leaving. Fuck this state. We're fucking leaving. The yawns. The yawns have it. I spent the majority of the day today trying to figure out one thing. Did I figure it out? I did not. I emailed for help from someone that does it at another one of these outfits. And if they say, well, we just have to we have to input all these by hand, there's no way they do. Because they're the ones that the person that asked, they're the ones that told me where to put the certification number in. Because I didn't even know about that fucking section. I was so embarrassed. But then again, I haven't been doing the certs anyway, so. Anyway, bye.